So a lot of y'all have been asking for me to do a Bluescreen build. Well, I've been using it on my ongoing Directive, and then I found something else because someone else had asked me to show them the backpack of ongoing Directive. They said that it was giving more damage. Well, I went and took a look at it, and this is what I found out. And not trying to harp on them or anything like that, but no, the ongoing Directive backpack does not give more damage than Wicked. Wicked gives damage. The backpack gives you status effect damage. So I slapped that on with the Bluescreen, and it literally turned the Bluescreen into, you know, a really good usable piece on this build. So I'm going to show you the two builds that I normally have, one for damage wise and the other one to keep the Bluescreen effects going, as well as it's going to allow you to basically use the same kind of scenario where you can just trade the gloves off, get say the crit damage out or crit chance out, get the Wicked out, and then run the mask that I'm running, which is the Vial mask, to get that tick even higher. But this, I'm going to let y'all choose how you want to run it, but I'm just going to show you some options that you can use. So let's get into it. So first we need to go over your specialists. Now the two specialists are these. Now the best one is this if you're running with teams. The reason why is because you get the outgoing healing, you're going to get the status effect grenades, which is going to allow burn, which is going to give you the status effects, protection from elites for PvE, you know, healing up your teammates when you heal yourself. You'll be in cover, you're going to get skill haste from that. The explosive from the crossbow will give you bleed as well. So basically this is the better choice, but to help the Vial mask out on this other build, you'd want to run the Grenadier. Now the Grenadier will increase the explosive damage that you're going to have, which increases that, but as well, if you're going to run it this way, the crossbow is just going to keep giving you more and more crossbow rounds. So right now I'm using the Grenadier. Now on this version, the reason why I'm using the Grenadier is for the Vial mask. That's it. We want to increase those ticks as much as possible. Also the GR9 with Sadist, because it's already got the crit chance for the sight, and putting those crit chance mods on there just helps us out even more. Now of course Sadist, you want damage to armor on there, but the Vial mask helps because you're not just increasing the status effects damage on the tick, you're also increasing the status effect to each one of those bleed or the other pieces as well, like from the Bluescreen. Now a lot of people say you got to put on the grenade. No, you don't. You can if you want to. You don't have to have this grenade on, but we do want to know that we increase the damage of this, because that's going to help the Vial mask out. Now, the backpack, again, it does not increase the bullet damage. It increases the bleed that you do and the other status effects by 50. So it increases the bleed damage to 100% and the other statuses that you do to 50%. Versus this right here increases weapon damage by 18%. So that's where everybody gets misconstrued. Now, the chest piece is similar to glass. You get an extra 15, kind of like putting on Overwatch right here, but you get 15% more weapon damage, but you're not taking in the glass cannon effect. Yes, it's 10% less than glass cannon, I know that, but it's like an easy way to get an easy 15. Another thing is the Petrov gloves. Because we're using LMGs, you might as well put the Petrov gloves on, because the damage to armor is also going to increase your status effects damage as well. Then we got crit damage everywhere we can, crit chance to where we're sitting about 43, 105. Now with that, we want to kind of keep it right there. So with this build, as you can see, I've already got the bleed bullets set up, which is pretty easy to get, but you can see we got that build, Vial mask. Let's land some headshots. Okay, so as you can see, we got double ticks going. Now that's from the Vial and the bleed at the same time. So you're ticking for twice as much as you normally would. So that's an extra 6170, which is the Vial part. 6170 tick that we can add back into the damage per bullet. So our damage per bullet is 431. And on health, we're about 378. So let's pop these numbers up real quick. So as you can see, that's what we're looking at base damage, and if we also get the ticks in there as well, that's what we're getting as well with this build. Now again, you can even throw on a pulse like a jammer pulse and get those bleed bullets out just by killing skills, disrupting things, and then getting the kill. It gives you more options. You can use something else that causes bleed to instantly get those. For instance, like just tossing a hive, something to give you bleed. You can hit them with the blue screen. As you see, we got bleed on it. We can even basically hit them with a few bullets, hit the jammer pulse, disrupt them, shut them down, and then get bleed bullets. Because the blue screen allows it to get that because it's status effect on an ongoing directive. You'll instantly get the bleed bullets. So your status effects with the blue screen will last 50% more, or get 50% more, and the bleed part on the blue screen, the bullets you put on there, are going to be 100% more in bleed damage for status effect. So yeah, and then I mean, look, we can just spray targets all day long with the blue screen. Look at that vial tick hitting them. So not a total bad setup because of the backpack, which helps the blue screen. And that's the main thing. We try to find what we could use to help the blue screen. And again, that's your bleed statuses get 50% and your bleed damages will get 100%. Or, sorry, I'm probably fucking that up, but that's what the backpack does. Anyways, you can look it up. So then we'll go to the damage one. Now, as you notice, I have no mods in this on the damage version. Okay, now this is just damage. This is trying to get the damage out. So I didn't put the mods in because we had to get the 43 and 105 again. That's what we had to do. So I wanted to kind of keep the damages the same, so I even had to roll the gloves to crit chance. And that way we can kind of not show like, okay, this has got more crit damage, this has got more crit chance. We're trying to show that the Wicked does more damage than, say, the Vial Mask and the ongoing backpack. And again, we still got the other pieces in here, all the same, except for just those little pieces. And we had to put the status effect Seska on here, just so we can hit the same amount of damage numbers. So you saw the other parts before. Now again, this can go up because we can put more crit chance mods or crit damage mods on here. Just remember that. This can go even higher. But with the same crit chance and crit damage, this is what the numbers are. So we're hitting for 42.555 on the bleed, and 509 on the headshot on the armor. And what was the health? About 550, 546. So that was the health damage. So in comparison, again, this can go higher if we put more crit chance and crit damage into the build for those mod slots, but at the same crit chance and same crit damage for the Wicked versus the ongoing backpack at the same amount, yeah, that's the difference. Now again, with the blue screen, as you can see, we got it on a hard setting. We can basically go over here, spray, again, for the blue screen part of this build. This is the vial, the non-vial. This is the Wicked version. I can spray targets right here, hit the jammer pulse, like, see, it comes off a bleed. They're not on a status. I have no bleed bullets. Oh, look, they're all on status. And then, boom, I just get those bleed bullets right back. It's that easy to use. And we still get very good damage. So again, both versions of this work really well. Just one's going to outproduce in damage. The other one's going to outproduce in keeping them status affected longer, keeping your bleed status to affect longer, you know, things of that nature. So either way you set this up is better. You just don't want to go full status on the build because then your bullets do nothing. So if you want to get the status out, I would suggest use the ongoing backpack.